no doubt she was going to do that. Yes, I have never been an afterburner, but I have been kept in line by Brenda Day. I feel like I'm almost a parasite off of Afterburners because I have sponged off of the expertise, the critique, the correction. I've done a lot of competitive speaking, and when I wanted to take my speech to another level, I knew where to come. And people are candid here, as I'm sure many of you have figured that out. And I was thinking about that as I was sitting there because I just kind of felt Brenda looking that way. What was going to happen? And as I began to think about it, I thought about how much that's made me a better speaker, how much that's allowed me to convey a message and to do it in a way that got people's attention so the message goes across. I started as that same person back here and couldn't let go of the lectern, with my knees physically shaking so much. If I had let go, they were vibrating. I'd have been the dust. My first evaluation, they said to me, "You can move from the lectern." I said, "No, you can't." They said, "Oh yeah, you can, like permission." I said, "No, I can't." I said, "Yeah, you can." I said, "My knees were vibrating. If I'd taken a step, I'd been nose down." But to walk through that, so my home clubs began to work with me, but they couldn't take me to the level that this club did. That level of expertise just isn't there. It's not there in very many places. It's just not. But as I began to think through how much that made me a better speaker, that really pales in comparison to how much it made me a better person. Because I got to be part of this relationship. I got to be part of these people's lives. One of the first competitions, first of all, they began to talk about competition. It scared me to death. I mean, I couldn't let go of the lectern, much less do a competition. And somebody said one time, "You ought to do humorous contests." I said, "I'm not funny, I'm a scientist. I don't do this stuff." So we went on, and I did a competition, and had some feedback from some people in this room. A couple of years after, I went back and did another competition through, and many of you may have, if you've been around a while, you've seen The Office Officials. Well, I had more hair back then, but that was me. But I remember doing that competition, going through, and every time I went through a competition, there was somebody who gave me feedback I couldn't get anywhere else. And in that process, I met Jeff Johnson. And at one of my contests, he screamed at me, "Throw the whistle, throw the flag, blow the whistle." It was a speech and a prop, and I wasn't doing it finally. But I'm literally a college football official. And so on the day of that competition, I was in Durant, Oklahoma, calling a college football game at 2 o'clock. The competition was at Beach Street at 7. I thought, well, we'll get this done. We're pretty quick. I can get there and I can rush in. Double overtime. So I come across South Oklahoma or Texas about 90 miles an hour, no joke. I come flying in at 7:23 and I had to be in the room at 7:30. And as I come flying in the room, Jeff grabs me and he says, "Stop." Stop. He looked at me, he said, "Would you do two things for me?" I said, "What's that?" First one, he said, "Breathe." And he's got me by the arm, by the shoulders. And I looked at him, he said, "Breathe." And I stopped and looked at him, he went, so till I just went, "Stop." I said, "Now what's the second?" He said, "Bring it." Just do what you've been doing. And that's what you learn here in Afterburners. You learn to bring it. Whatever your style is, however you speak, whatever you do, you learn to bring it. Alan, you'll learn to bring it. So maybe however your style is, whatever. But they take what's inside of you and pull it out. And I don't think there's a club anywhere in Toastmasters, not just in Texas, not in the U.S., that does a better job of that. And you are tremendously privileged to be a member here. Thank you. Wow.